there's something about being here that feels like I'm home. Being with my father obviously helps, but the Cuban people are so gracious and generous and open and passionate. They're emotional. And that's kind of everything I grew up with in my house, was my father being very affectionate, physical and emotional and passionate. And, to kind of witness it firsthand in Cuba was the ultimate experience. Going where most people can't go, eating foods that you wouldn't see in normal menus. But it's really about the smells and the conversations and listening to people laugh and tell stories in the background and watching the interaction and how social Cubans can be.
We used to come here and watch the Cuban Grand Prix.
Very nice.
Beautiful place.
Just walk straight
Look
out.
at
Yes,
Beautiful.
that. Here we are.
You see the Malecón?
El final se acerca ya, lo esperaré serenamente. Mi bien,
Single photograph,
yo
and that is
he
just the
sido
ultimate trip for me.
así, te lo diré sinceramente. Viví la inmensidad, no sé si más.
So we're driving down the road. We're not far from the family's house in Cabañas Bay, and we came across some bottles, clear bottles, sitting on the side of the road on a chair that looked like fermented beer or something like that, but come to find out it was honey. And we backed up, we reversed the car. We come back, and the lady here who manages the property, doesn't own it, but manages it, they've got about 40 beehives over here. And we're gonna actually, with her permission, go through the gate and at least get a little close to them. They're a little aggressive right now, but we talked about this, me working with the National Honey Board, and that there was a lot of wonderful organic honey in Cuba, and without even knowing where to find it, we stumbled upon it. So we've got to go inside and check it out. Usually as you get close to the hives, you can start to hear them swarming a little bit. You can almost like a gentle hum. I'm not gonna get too close today just because we don't have veils, we don't have a smoker or anything like that. What is this right here? Is this a mango tree? Yeah? I think so. That's what she was saying, it was right underneath the mango tree. But you can see 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You probably have 30 hives, 35 hives right here. You can smell the floral aspect, you can smell the honey in the air already. What a cool thing, huh? We're gonna have to try to see if we can buy some, because I can already taste it. I really need to have a bite of it while I'm here. So we'll go back up to the road and ask them if we can pay for some and see if they have any to spare for us, because I think she just manages the property and she's not the owner.
40. Yo también.
That's so good.
Esta es la señora Magali. This is Magali.
Magali.
Yeah.
I haven't ever tasted anything quite like it. My blood sugar's getting a little low, so this is perfect. Keep us going for this day. Amazing. So we just turned off. Now we're exactly 20 kilometers from Cabañas Bay. We passed, was it Mariel, which is a little town, bustling from last time we cut through it. Again, because of the holiday, people are out sitting on the stoops and out walking the streets. Just feels that much more alive today than it did last time we were making our way out here. And you know, from a topography standpoint, it really starts to change, and you get further outside of Havana. We're surrounded by lush countryside. A lot of horse-driven carts working the fields, cutting cane. You see guys out in the fields with the machetes, and you can definitely tell also because the streets are not as well maintained. So we're in a 49 Chevy convertible, and we feel every single bump and pothole. Yeah, it's amazing how the topography has changed just in like the last 10 minutes. We've got mountains in the background, we've got the water to the right, big lush fields of rolling hills to the left, a lot of cane, a lot of plátanos, coconuts. I see a little bit of corn, but it seems like there's small little plots kind of adjacent to people's homes and properties.
Yeah, and banana trees.
Bananos y plátanos. But again, just really green, really lush, you know, end of July. And, you know, I can say that it's good to get out a little early because it's going to get a little hot today.
Ernesto, efectivamente, sí, que estuvimos aquí hace 4 años. ¿Cómo está?
Bien, usted.
¿Viste?
Entre.
Vinimos a saludarla.
Siéntese.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Cómo está?
El final se acerca ya.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Jaime.
Daimé.
Hernández Valle. Sí.
¿Y Raúl dónde está?
Vive en Lenequén.
¿En Enequén?
Sí.
¿Y eso, a dónde queda eso aquí?
Eso queda por el Mariel.
Por el Mariel.
Ajá.
We're in the home of the granddaughter of Ernesto. And Ernesto was the property manager that ran the property for the family. He was the one that was the caretaker of the property.
He's lived his whole life here. And they've kept building it up, building it up. And in fact, last time when we were here,
That roof wasn't there.
They didn't have that porch.
The porch was not there.
Bueno, él decía que él se da muy bien con ustedes.
He said he got along with us real well, we were good to him.
Yeah.
Él trabajaba ahí antes ahí en el motel.
Sí.
En eso ahí, en el salón ese ahí dice.
Después que nos fuimos a trabajar en el motel,
Ajá.
after we left,
He got a job
you
in
know,
the motel.
he was working in the motel.
What about his cooking skills?
Sí,
Did she
Ernesto
remember
era
him being a
cocinero.
good cook?
Sí,
Sí.
sí.
Cocinaba siempre con lo mejor.
Ahí él cocinaba ahí
¿En el hotel también?
ahí en el motel estuvo cocinando.
He was cooking at the motel.
So, my father's grandfather is the one that taught Ernesto some cooking skills, you know, taught him about the finer things in life, the olive oil and certain ingredients, how important it was to cook with the right ingredients. Make sure you close that gate. So what's happening now is we're actually going around the military base, the resort that's military occupied, and the property owner is allowing us to go through her property so we can go around to where the family's property was.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Gonna ADP security.
This is it. This is where their house was, right here. It was right up here on the hill. And went all the way down to the coast here.
Esto se llama aroma, ¿no?
This is Cabañas Bay.
No, que si voy yo te va
This is where they lit the whole place on fire. This
aquí
is
te
where they
estoy
dug
salvando la
holes
vida.
for pig roasts. This is where they spent their entire summer childhood. You can see everybody playing on the beaches over there. So obviously that's a public access beach. And just behind us is the old hotel. Was built shortly after, you know, later in the time when my parents' family had their house here. It was very disturbing to my grandfather because, you know, this was a little piece of sanctuary where they got away, and all of a sudden this big hotel was built right next to the house. So it kind of changed things, the feeling of coming out here and relaxing. But Now, after the revolution, it's occupied by military. They use it as a retreat, kind of a place to come vacation to get out of the city.
Esto es cansado con un poquito
Rum makes everything a little better, right? So, you know, we're going down the street looking for Building 6, and you know, everybody's pointing us, derecho. And then we're walking down the street, and the last person we ask about Building 6, we ask Raul if he knows who Raul is.
Yeah, that's me.